Pronounced, defined, used in lexical dispatch. Abet, verb, abatement, abetter, to help or encourage someone to do something wrong. Support, aid, facilitate. Prudish, adjective, prudishly, prudishness. Very conservative regarding personal behavior or morals. Very easily shocked by things relating to sex. Over-modest. You can enforce the immigration laws, or you can aid and abet illegal immigration. They have consistently aid and abet him, lying and distorting the truth to the general public. Free speech doesn't entitle you to aid and abet something which is a criminal offense. There are reasons to hope that we'll ultimately reach a consensus that does not aid and abet racism. Their co-conspirators in the media will continue to aid and abet the overthrow or transformation. People can choose to do what they want to do, but not force others to aid and abet what they view as horrific. If you don't want to aid and abet traffic to the article you mentioned, don't link to it. We know that certain computer-assisted instructional programs abet learning to read in a highly cost-effective way. The world is the battlefield, and revealing state secrets will aid and abet those who we deem a threat to our national interests. I have done all in my stubborn best to aid and abet said emotions or lack thereof. The immaterial labor that new technology facilitates can only aid and abet the dehumanization of the worker already at play in the colonial enterprise. This would be counterproductive and could in fact serve to aid and abet national self-destruction. Lake-level management that does not account for such spillovers may ultimately abet the invasion across the lake system. The law schools are disseminating a message that they believe it is immoral to abet discrimination. Activists have effectively exploited the emotional appeal of their cause to the general public with the aid and abetment of the media. In a subpoena, the government labeled Rosen an aider and abetter and or co-conspirator. The guy thinks that all women want it really and are just too prudish to admit it to themselves. Well, why shouldn't men be allowed to be nude in front of women and girls? When it comes right down to it, what really is the big deal beyond our own prudish paranoia? Guess some are just too prudish to do more than breathe and walk while in public, unless it's done in their cars. Marty is shocked because she is entirely different from the prudish woman he remembers. Someone can be brilliant in a narrow area of science, but is still utterly prudish and dogmatic in real life. And no profanity, please, not because we are prudish, but because it creates such an unpleasant atmosphere for all. She remains throughout an incongruous participant, an enigmatic composite of prudish restraint and passive indulgence. Americans need to get over their silly prudish about the human body and focus on the serious problems facing the U.S. Not prudish about what they're doing necessarily, but there needs to be privacy. These novo-riche masses, especially in America, were prudish and socially conservative in the extreme. It suggested that consent laws were little more than prudishly narrow accidents of history. It becomes very easy to set one's threshold of squeamishness and prudishness to dismiss just about any art as prurient or void.